Hi everyone. Welcome to episode 3 of my kind of a podcast. This is actually my second time recording this video because I wasn't very happy with my first attempt, so I decided to try again. Today I am wearing a crown, and the reason for that is that I am I decided that I am royalty, so I decided to buy a crown and to wear it. I actually wore this at my work Christmas party, and it had a really warm reception. I'm sure some people might have thought that that was a bit much, but I don't really care. I mean, I'm reaching a point in my life where I decided it's now or never to do whatever I feel like doing, or whatever I think is gonna make me laugh, or is gonna be funny in the moment. So I bought a crown, and I decided this is the crown that makes me the ice queen, not the snow queen like Elsa. I am the ice queen, and it is pink because it's pink ice, obviously. Uh, so, so today, I would like to discuss something that has been going around YouTube quite a bit, and because I don't really dream of myself as a YouTuber, even though I sort of kind of qualify for the title. I don't think I am like there, because I am not at all thinking about this being a career or something that I do other than a hobby. But anyway, there's been a lot of people talking about the recent YouTube guideline updates regarding bullying and other things that were happening on the platform. A lot of people are afraid that they are going to be targeted because some videos were deleted, such as the iDubbbz Content Cup on Leafy, and for reasons of him making fun of him because of his appearance, and this being considered to be bullying. So and other videos have disappeared. I didn't really look very deep into the details of that, because I realized that these you can hear the cat is here. I believe these kind of issues mostly affect will mostly affect people who are from the commentary community, because they are the ones who are doing those videos. And actually, originally, I thought this new policy came because of the situation with all the videos that were being made about Lily Singh after she got her late night show, and there were quite a few videos of people criticizing the quality of the work that she was producing. And I kind of agree with the people who made those comments, and but I also believe that in the eye of Lily, she considered it to be bullying in a way. So, and I really truly thought she was the reason for this new policy, and then found out it was because of a guy called well, I don't remember the name of the guy who was being made fun of, but the guy who was making fun of him was somebody called Steven Crowder, and I don't know who that is. That I am not at all his demographic, and he is now acting like a victim, pretending that he's being muzzled and not allowed to speak his mind or whatever, but he was being really awful and rude to somebody for the only reason that he was Mexican and gay. Apparently, I mean, I never really followed this, and I like I said before, I do watch a lot of commentary YouTube, but I only recently watched the iDubbbz Content Cup videos because I've heard a lot about them, but I wasn't around when these people that he made the Content Cups videos on were around, so I wasn't an avid YouTube viewer at that time. Leafy, I have no idea who that man is. So I didn't really care ultimately about any of that kind of content. So but I kept hearing people talking about this and saying, "Oh, why isn't there a content cup on this and that?" And so I decided, okay, I'm gonna watch it. And you know, as much as I understand what he was trying to do, this is not the kind of content that I enjoy, because I don't there are a few things that I really don't like about the commentators. The first one is very trivial and is very personal to me. I don't think it's something that is widespread. I absolutely hate it when they burp in the microphone. A lot of them do it. I suppose they think it's funny. I find it absolutely disgusting and I wish they wouldn't do that, but that's just me. The other thing is, I did notice that there is a lot of talk about bullying, but all those a lot of those commentary videos are extremely negative. There isn't many people who make commentary videos to be funny without the bullying or without being negative and tearing the people down and making fun of them and making fun of their appearance and things like that. And I do find it a bit damaging in a way, because it's like it's easy content to make. It's very easy to be negative and make fun of somebody. It's a lot harder to be funny while saying positive things. So to me, the negative bit is low hanging fruit, but at the same time, because these people are doing this consistently, and because YouTube is pretty much their livelihood, their job, they have to produce content, and they have to be active. So they almost don't have a choice but to go to stuff that is easy to make, that they can easily churn out every so often, so that they can have a 10-minute video every week. And they say it's comedy, but there is other types of content that would be comedy, and even commentary that would be comedy without having to go that route. And there are a lot of people, and I am sure it's genuine, and that's really how it feels to them. But there is a lot of people who use the fact that they have depression or self-deprecating humor and talking about themselves in a negative way, as if they are trying to shield themselves from criticism, because if I say bad things about myself, then it's okay for me to say bad things about other people. And that is also something that I find very damaging. Not because I don't believe that they should be open and honest about their mental health struggles, but when it becomes a whole gimmick that you will always talk about the fact that you don't have a father or a good relationship with your mother, or that you are fat and ugly, and it's like, we get it, okay? It's after a while, it's just too much, and I don't find it funny, and I don't find it in me to feel sympathy for someone who seems to use that as a crutch, or as their go-to for a cheap joke at their own expense, when they have run out of ideas of things to say. But so, and there are a lot of people who have an issue with the whole change in the guidelines on YouTube, because they are facing threats of demonetization. That is not a problem that I have personally. I am so far away from monetizing anything that I do on here, that is really not on my radar. But there are other types of content that are very successful, and I am actually wondering if the whole point of those policies isn't for YouTube to basically go back to its roots, to the reason why it was created, for people to broadcast themselves. So maybe we are approaching the end of the era of commentary on YouTube altogether. Maybe YouTubers will have to, of that community, will have to branch out into other ways of producing content, because it feels to me that these kind of policies do not affect channels like beauty channels, or cooking and DIY channels, or even vloggers and family channels, and toy opening channels, and those kind of content creators are not targeted by any kind of bullying policies, because they produce original content which is based on their own interests, and because they basically broadcast themselves, which was the YouTube tagline originally: broadcast yourself. So you're broadcasting your makeup skills, or your cooking skills, or and so I think it's probably, we are probably reaching a point where because the commentary wasn't a thing until about 10 years from 10 years ago. I think it really is kind of happened back in 2008 or something, and so I think it's probably run its course. We have reached a point where the being that kind of YouTuber might not be a lucrative career path anymore. So we even have people like PewDiePie, who kind of is a commentator, a reactor, who is now going back to playing video games and actually taking a break from YouTube altogether, because when you can only really churn out so many Dr. Phil videos, you know. It's like there is it's maybe an oversaturation of people who have things to say about other people, and also we have reached a point where everyone is there are waves of topics that are popular at one point, and everyone has to make a video about it, or some creators find themselves stuck to a specific gimmick, because they make one video about, let's say, a specific reality TV show, and this video works well, so they will think, okay, so people like me talking about, I don't know, The Price is Right, so I'm gonna make lots of other videos about The Price is Right, and maybe those videos perform well as well, and maybe they keep pigeonholing themselves into this specific type of content because it works, because people watch it, but maybe that is not what they really want to do. And at the same time, when the people watching the content creators see them making certain type of content, then when they will come across other things that are similar, they will say, oh, they will contact them and tell them, oh, you should make a video about this, or you should talk about that on your channel. And then the content creator feels that they have to give the people what they want, and that isn't necessarily what they want themselves. But this is, you always see those videos that start with a lot of you have requested that I talk about this, or that I make a video about that. And I'm wondering, when I hear them say those things, is that something they would have done if people hadn't wanted them to? Are they really enjoying it anymore, or is it just, oh well, it's become a job now, I have to produce the content, and I might as well do the things that people want me to do, because that's the things they're going to watch, that's the things that's going to bring me AdSense money, that's the thing that's going to bring me subscribers and sponsors and all of that. So I really I actually don't believe that the people who we see through the camera are, after a while anyway, when they become more successful, when they have an actual following, when people actually go back to them and care about the things that they say and the things that they put out, I don't know that they actually are themselves anymore. It all becomes a bit fake, a bit it's like they lose the real relatability. They're not I don't know, relatable anymore, because they become the people that their audience wants them to be, rather than being themselves. And what we want from relatable people is for them to be themselves, because that's the only way we can relate to them. So I feel that those type of content creators who come up with a gimmick, or they have a gimmick forced upon them, and they continue to make those videos, but then they are not happy doing that, because they have to do it within the confine of guidelines that do not align with the type of content that they have come create. I don't know that they can remain themselves and their own person when their whole job relies on them being the person who gives the people what they want while still adhering to the guidelines of the guidelines of the platform that they are using to produce their content. So basically, what I see is that YouTubers treat YouTube like it's like YouTube is their employer, but it isn't. It's just a platform in the end. YouTube provides the means for YouTubers to be self-employed, and but they have to provide, you know, guidelines and ways that the platform can work, but ultimately YouTube is not the organization that is employing the YouTubers. So, and I also noticed that people who are on Twitter or on Facebook don't get treated the same way as people on YouTube, and that is, I don't believe that if somebody is a prolific tweeter, I don't know how you call those people. I don't know that they have those expectations put upon them that they have to provide a certain type of content. And a few years ago, I was new to the internet, but I was navigating on a lot of forums about reggae music, and it was at the time when Tanya Stephens, the reggae artist, came out with an album that she made with people from Sweden, and she created a song. She created several songs, but there was one particular song that was very different to what she had done before. So it was more of a country kind of vibe. It wasn't reggae like we're used to her doing. And there was this I don't remember at all the name of the website, but there was this forum board on this website, and people were commenting about music, and the topic of this album came up. And I made the comment that I didn't really enjoy this album because I am used to Tanya Stephens doing a certain thing, and this is not what this album was giving me. So so that I didn't think I didn't like it, basically. Sorry. And so I didn't like this album, and I commented as much on the forum. And Tanya Stephens herself actually came and commented and said that I was like Stan from the Eminem song, because I thought that I owned the artists, and I couldn't accept that the artists would evolve in a way that wasn't the way that I expected them to evolve. And I was very taken aback by this comment, because the artist or the content creator, the artist, the person putting the stuff out for people to enjoy, they must be able to understand and to accept that people are not going to like anything that they do, and that and the fact that I said, oh yeah, I didn't enjoy it, doesn't mean it's not good. It just means I didn't enjoy it. But in the context of an artist making music, I can still go back to her old albums and listen to them instead. I am still enjoying her content, but in the situation where the content creator is a YouTuber, I have to rely on the new stuff that they do, and I have to I cannot really enjoy their past work in the way that I would enjoy a past music track. So so that's when the creators find themselves in a situation where they have to produce content that adheres to certain guidelines and is still true to themselves and is also what their audience expects of them. Well, I am actually not surprised that there is so many of them who are depressed, because they put themselves in a situation where they have this obligation to produce the material that will get them the people to watch and the money to come in. And I really don't know if this is a viable career path anymore. And I just and I am seeing like everybody is coming out with a merch line, and it just if the personality behind the merch is not to my taste, I'm not going to support the stuff that they sell as well. So I really I feel really ambivalent regarding these new guidelines, because I understand why they exist, and I also think that they should exist, that they serve a valuable purpose. But but I also believe that this means a lot of people on the platform will have to rethink the kind of content that they make in order to be able to continue producing anything, and to continue to have people interested in watching them. And unfortunately, it is also my belief that there will be a few casualties along the way. So yeah, so that's all I wanted really to discuss today. I don't have much time to put this video out, so I might have to do a few cuts here and there, because I was a bit rambly as usual. But so I will actually have to take a break as well because of the holidays, and I will be back next year with new topics to discuss, and new things on top of my head as well. And so I suppose I could ask you to like and subscribe and leave a comment down below, and share my video and tell about me to all of your friends, so that I can get the amount of subscribers I need in order to monetize my channel. And then I can tell you about how that has changed me and the kind of things that I put into the world. So thank you very much for watching. Follow me on Twitter, and I'll see you next year. Bye.